I've been taking birth control pills because I was afraid of getting pregnant. We're not ready, not even close. It's gonna be very difficult to move to Michigan and then bring my kids. So to be thinking about having babies at this moment feels crazy and delusional. So it means that you are committed to move forward with our open marriage agreement.
Yes.
Gino making big, huge mistake.
We're gonna try our best.
This is very difficult to do, but I'll do whatever it takes to have a beautiful relationship.
Yeah, like,
Surprise!
that was so dumb.
Awesome! The Last Resort tell-all is here, and it's probably been the most intense tell-all that we've seen in a while. It does start off like any other tell-all, with the cast getting ready and going on set, but they seat everyone except Jasmine.
Has anyone seen Jasmine this morning?
Nope.
No.
I have not.
She's running late. At least that's what they told the cast. But just the previews of this tell-all alone gave away a big reveal that anyone who was on Instagram already saw coming. Jasmine's pregnancy.
Surprise!
Gino supposedly didn't know that Jasmine was pregnant. I mean, the look on his face said it all, didn't it? He looks like Grumpy Cat. But it wasn't, Gino, Jasmine's husband, that had the biggest reaction to this news. Nope, it was Rob. Gino didn't actually have much of a reaction at all at first. He just made Grumpy Cat face and said he was surprised. And this gives away that no, the baby is not Gino's. And Jasmine confirms. And according to Jasmine, this pregnancy was not planned. It's a shocking moment for the cast. But man, something about how Jasmine walked out just really pissed off Rob.
I have to explain myself to you?
No, you don't have to explain yourself to me.
Myself?
You are a cheating
As
wife.
you are a clown, okay?
Okay.
You are a freaking clown.
Yeah, and you're a pregnant
That's what you are.
And you're a pregnant whore.
I had to back up a little bit and be like, wait, who recommitted to Jasmine again? Spineless Gino, not Rob. Like, where is Gino in all of this? Shouldn't he be the one that's mad? I wasn't super surprised that he didn't just stand up and start yelling.
No!
What?
Please.
It's okay, it's okay, no, it's not.
But he doesn't say much at all until he's backstage with the guys.
User,
Jasmine's
she's a manipulator,
a hoe.
and she,
Jasmine
and she,
is a
and
hoe.
she,
Okay.
Like, where's backwards hat Gino?
You got the story wrong.
So asking why he can't sleep with his wife makes backwards hat Gino come out. But Jasmine's pregnancy, surprise pregnancy to him, doesn't. He does say he feels something, mostly dumb for agreeing to an open marriage. He admits that on Between the Sheets.
Yeah, like,
But just watching it back,
that was so dumb.
He really seemed to think that this was going to work out somehow, even after that super weird phone call with Matt and Jasmine.
you'll wear a condom if you have with Jasmine.
Yeah, yep, of course.
Well, obviously that didn't happen, or something went wrong if Jasmine says this wasn't planned. Gino said at one point that he felt backed into a corner, but he's the one that ultimately agreed to this bizarre three-way setup when they recommitted. So this whole Jasmine coming out pregnant and surprising everyone, it could have been a jaw-dropping moment for everyone watching. That's if we didn't find out about it on social media first. But I will say it was entertaining to see the Pillow Talk cast watch and find out. Basically, the last episode of Between the Sheets was this time older cast members reacting, with the most unexpected duo being Kalani and Ed from the first season of The Last Resort.
I like the view.
You do?
Yes.
You're my best view.
We got to watch them see Jasmine arrive and have her big reveal showing that she is pregnant.
Holy!
I so wish that we didn't know and this was a big reveal for us too, because I would have been like Robert, splashing myself with water in shock. But there's no shock factor now for us. We've seen all of the maternity pictures on Instagram. Instead, we get to just watch Rob and Jasmine fight. And they just go for low blow after low blow. And I definitely, again, think Gino should be the one getting angry. But he's either quiet, only talking when the guys are patting him on the back, or he's in the bathroom.
Am I able to go to the bathroom?
Natalie, you want to call somebody a hooker?
Go and
There's your
sell
hooker.
your butt picture.
That's your hooker.
Go and sell your butt
We
picture.
found her. Your hooker is right here.
Guys,
There's your hooker, Natalie. God, that is a full circle moment. While Sean is literally just sitting there like a deer in headlights, doing nothing. Also, I still have no idea why Natalie was on the last resort. Her and Josh didn't even make it to the recommitment ceremony. Instead, they broke up right before the recommitment ceremony, so Josh didn't have to take her to his house. Josh took his suffocation rock. Yes, that is what he wrote on that rock when they were on that hike. And he packed and left the resort. But instead of leaving, like everyone else who broke up had done, Natalie actually stays for the recommitment ceremony. They try to say that she's like recommitting to herself, but I don't think she had anywhere else to go. I swear she was also waiting for Josh to come pick her up and take her home. I mean, they say they broke up, but we know better. When Sophie admits that her and Rob had hooked up post her dumping him, Josh says that he slept with Natalie after their breakup too.
Yeah, numerous times.
After breakup, 56.
Yeah, no one is surprised. Josh just had to call that out to stay relevant somehow. I mean, him and Rob are friends now, and they need to call some attention to their whole 90-day bad boys thing.
They kind of look like a boy band that I would never pay to see.
So the fighting escalates, and Jasmine mentions what she actually later posted on Instagram.
Go and sell your butt pictures online, whore.
I mentioned this in my last video. Jasmine posts Rob's graphic pictures blurred, which she shouldn't be posting them at all, but she did. She says she got really angry for how Rob talked about her baby. And what she's talking about is when Rob says this.
Honestly, I think she got pregnant on purpose so that she could show up at this tell-all pregnant so that everybody would have her back and everybody be supportive. Matt, that baby.
Hey.
Rob later made some Instagram stories in response to how he reacted. And I was surprised that he here on the tell-all also addressed the whole graphic photos circulating online thing.
One of my close friends does that online, and we were posting together. My first 10,000 followers on socials were all homosexual. I'm not interested in them.
With how the Last Resort season ended, I definitely did not expect this whole thing to get so out of hand. Rob needs to stop the name calling, and Jasmine needs to get her shoes taken away. Rob at one point actually tries to break a shoe, unsuccessfully, and then runs outside to throw it. I would have made her not wear shoes the rest of the tell-all, but they just give it back and tell her super quietly to stop.
Okay, you promise?
Sean's just like, don't throw anything or call anyone else names or you will get removed. Okay, this is what? After the absolute worst of the fight? They didn't like stop it at the beginning. It just continued and now it's not okay? I kind of forgot she was like sitting in the middle of all of this too.
Absolutely disagree with all your rules, and I love hearing everything I've heard in the last half hour.
Yeah, there's no such thing as too much at a tell-all. There's no lines that you can't cross.
Yeah, apparently you can cross the line and then Sean will just tell you to stop a few times and it's fine. So I want to talk about a few things that I think were skipped over because of Rob and Jasmine's arguing. Gino said at the beginning of the tell-all that him and Jasmine were separated.
Because Jasmine and I, we separated.
And then he said that he was surprised that Jasmine was pregnant.
I'm surprised.
So something they didn't really talk about because Jasmine didn't mention when she got pregnant was, were they separated when she got pregnant? They didn't say, did they start the open relationship when they left the Last Resort? So we don't actually know when Jasmine got pregnant and how it lines up with their separation. We know no details about that yet. We don't know what happened with Jasmine and Matt after the Last Resort ended. What I'm trying to say is we don't know what was real or even really what was going on when they got to the Last Resort. Was Jasmine with Matt before they even got there? Maybe, Backwards hat Gino came out when Florian asked why Gino kicked Jasmine out at Christmas time. Gino denied it, and him and Florian fought. There was also this whole Jasmine missing for a few days thing with no explanation as to where she went. The storyline they built for The Last Resort was that Jasmine wanted an open relationship and that she had never been with Matt before. They were just friends. They sure did not act like friends though. The only real part of any of this that we can be sure about is that Jasmine is pregnant. And we have zero clue if this pregnancy was planned. We can speculate, we can have opinions on it, but we don't know. They are being very vague about details on this. And I think it's because we will hear more about it on another spin-off, unfortunately. And if you take a look back, Jasmine said on one of the very first episodes, like the first episodes ever, that she didn't want a baby right away with Gino. She was even secretly taking birth control.
Because I was afraid of getting pregnant.
This was when we were throwing toothbrushes instead of shoes. She then said later that she didn't want a baby with Gino and was worried because one of her kids has special needs. She talked about things like fertility struggles. She was also doing a lot of plastic surgery at the time, so I didn't really think that she would want to redo that with all the body altering that she was doing. So my point is that a lot of things are very unclear, and we will probably end up with another season to explain all of it. Because they seem to be actively avoiding explaining it here. Like, I got so distracted by their fight that it took a rewatch to even wonder about these questions. So that fight took up a lot of the first part of this tell-all. They really only get into like Brandon and Julia after that. So I am curious about how many parts there will be. There was not a Last Resort tell-all for season 1, so I think that they will definitely be dragging this out as long as they can. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And also, this is my QR code to my Snapchat. Make sure to follow my public profile. I will be posting often on there. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!